had that lined up with the same weekend, so.
So it could happen again.
Very well could, yep. But, you know, going forward, what we'll do is we'll probably dump in boxes and stage them in a different area of the yard, so if it does catch it, it shouldn't affect the building.
But it could have come in a garbage truck the same way.
Could have, but the floor was clean prior to
It
that.
don't look like that lined up, but it could still.
It could,
happen
yeah.
The same way.
Correct, yeah. If the floor wasn't clean before we left on Friday, then absolutely. And again, we're not 100%, but that's the same exact weekend, same day, so it could have happened then, right? Any other questions?
Like I said, appreciate the improvement of pickup service and hope for it to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our commitment.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, thank you for the invitation. Nice to meet everybody. Nathan has my cards, so if you ever need to get in contact with me.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on then to paying the bills. Got the bill list and a supplemental bill list.
Right there back. It ain't much different, especially for you.
79's on your property.
Yeah.
I just got another time.
What you got on page 11?
Yeah. AT&T local phone service, $16,249.32. Hey, Judge,
For 1 month.
yeah.
200,000 a year.
On this AT&T connection we got between the EOC and the Reservoir Hill, I'm tired of making AT&T rich, or we're gonna have to come up with some other options. I know we could talk about wirelessly transmitting it, but I talked to the electric plant board this morning, they said they could get his connection up there.
Okay, I know, is Derek here?
Yeah.
He'll be right back, he just stepped out.
Okay, well, I know he's been tried to order some parts.
That
Fix
connection,
it.
the connection between EOC and Reservoir Hill, you know, we keep making AT&T richer. So I talked to electric plant board this morning,
Yeah.
and they
We
said,
did talk to them, they were looking into something.
well, I followed up with him this morning, and he said that they can make it happen. Fraction of the dollars.
Okay, is it the, well, Derek talked to him, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because
Derek
we
knows.
originally were gonna try dark fiber,
Uh-huh.
but they said there was something else that would be even more.
T-Land,
There you
the
go.
T-Land option. Yeah, which is fractions of the dollar.
Fraction of what we're doing.
Yeah, and it's still, since we have a generator up at Reservoir Hill, we got a generator at EOC, it would still stay. So I think we need to get
Well,
there.
every
He
time I
is.
could call the guy that I needed to talk to was out.
Devin.
I was talking to people. They're talking about internet, he's talked to.
I talked to electric plant board this morning about changing that connection between Reservoir Hill and EOC.
Yeah.
And they said they can do the T-Land option.
Okay.
So, and that's just an internet connection up there between the buildings, right? Just a network connection.
Yeah, we just need a T-land from dispatch to
Yeah.
out there.
It'd be a fraction of the dollars, like
Let's do it. What are we gonna do? Put it in motion.
probably under 1,000 more. I don't know, we had to get an official quote from them, but,
So can we just?
we'll have to pay this, you know, this month, and probably, this is probably last month, we'll have to pay this month too.
So this $17,000 is just for that connection?
Just for that.
From there to there?
It's analog phone line.
It's copper wire.
It's a what?
Analog phone line.
It's for the pager system.
$17,000 for some copper wire?
Yep, from here to the hill.
It's dedicated though.
Heck, if I, we could hire a man with a horse to drive at once a month cheaper than that, couldn't we? $17,000.
Last year.
Yeah. But it used to not be that, but.
No, I mean, we never paid that.
Around 5, and then it took a decade.
Has anybody contacted AT&T and asked why?
We've contacted them, spent a bunch of time with them.
And what they say?
They said we're AT&T, we can do what we want.
We've talked about this 3 or 4 times this year.
I thought it was resolved, though.
Every time we-
Talking about it.
Every time we contacted them, they went up.
They charge.
Every time you call them, they charge more.
It can be resolved now.
It can be resolved.
And Derek been trying to order parts to be able to fix it, the understanding I got from Derek.
Hey, Derek,
And,
I'll get with you, me and you'll meet with Devin and see what we gotta do.
Okay.
All right?
That one bill is 10% of all the bills total this month. Just
Yeah.
Put that in perspective.
Yeah.
10%. One copper wire going to.
Bring it up.
I mean, it's an important copper wire, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, very important.
$17,000.
I'll make a motion to approve the bill list as presented.
and the
And
supplemental.
the supplemental.
Okay,
Second.
got a motion and a second. Any other questions?
We gotta pay it. I second it. We gotta pay it.
That bill's from last month,
We can
probably.
do something different.
Well, in the process, I think, but
I'm talking about, when it was 5,000, it went to 6, they can take 5.
but it's been long enough. 1 month's long enough. But when you got your system designed off of it, and then they jump it up, you can't, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Treasurer report.
Good morning, Court.
Good morning.
In your folders, we have the financial statement ending August the 31st of 2022. The balance in the general fund was $548,956.81. Road fund, $1,308,868.89. Jail fund, $189,936.63. LGEA, $14,109.64. Federal Grants Fund, $54.68. Solid Waste Recycling, $504,713.47. Parks and Rec Fund, $751,050.14. Occupational Tax, $7,015,912.85. Life Skills, $153,716.87. 911 Fund, $57,604.31. Health Insurance Fund, $652,214.27. County Clerk Storage Fees, $1,545.30. ARPA Funds, $5,271,602.88. Special Reserve, $4,187,472.01. For a total of all funds, $20,657,758.75.
Move to acknowledge.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion to acknowledge the treasurer report. Any questions? And we had a second. Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Call,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
The next thing that we need to have the second reading and adoption of is a budget amendment. It's ordinance number 02-222-003, amendment number 1. This is to amend in unbudgeted receipts. It will increase road fund revenue code 02-4514, transportation cabinet by $40,600. General fund revenue code 01-4727, reimbursement by $7,500. General Fund Revenue Code 014727 reimbursement by $183,923, which will increase appropriation line item 01501548, USPCA AKC Reunite K-9 grant by $7,500. General Fund Expenditure Code 015015-106, School Resource Officer Salaries by $177,863. General Fund Expenditure Code 015015-481, Sheriff's Uniforms by $6,060. And Road Fund Expenditure Code 026105-311C, Jackie Dukes Road Slide Repair by $40,600. Total budget amendment of $232,023.
Motion to approve, second reading.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
You also have a list of budget transfers in your folders. These budget transfers are where employees waive the county's insurance, and we're essentially just moving the money from the health insurance line item to the other fringe benefit line item.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second to approve the budget transfers. Any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
And the last thing that I have for you this morning is the 3 cash transfers. Today, we need to transfer $30,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the Jail Fund.
I'm making.
Got a second?
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second on the cash transfer. Question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
We need to transfer $15,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the LGEA Fund.
So moved. Second.
Okay, got a motion and second on the cash transfer.
No.
Question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
And we need to transfer $50,000 from the Occupational Net Profits Tax Fund to the 911 Fund.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and second on the cash transfer. Question?
And 8% of that goes to.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
And that's all I have for you this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda.
thank you, ma'am.
Road work request, Tyler.
District 1, Concord Road, we talked a little bit about it, Kelly. Trying to cut back the limbs and a couple, 2 or 3, probably a couple trees that are real close to the road. Might try to grind down that fancy new piece of equipment you got. And then Shrum Road, mow the right of way. I think you've already mowed the right of way on Shrum Road. Okay, I got it. Other than that, continue maintenance, appreciate everything. I saw the mower max and it was a very nice piece of machine. I'm sure it's serving Pete very well and the people.
District 3, continue maintenance. So I had a question. I had a request about a road for a speed limit sign. What kind of speed limit? It's a dead-end road. What kind of limit do you put on one of them? Kids playing in roads, what it is, and a lot of neighbors are fast trafficking. What, Stephen? I'm sure you've probably got the call too. Whistletown. from Jason?
I hadn't yet.
Is it like a subdivision or?
Well, it's a lot of houses on a little dead-end road, and he was just wanting to put something up. I told him congested area is about all we could do for a speed limit sign, but what, 25 mile an hour or something like that?
Take your pick.
I mean, well, just what's realistic, it's what, half
It's
a
a county
mile
road,
long?
it's not posted, it's automatically 55 miles per hour, KRS. and
It's what?
55 miles per hour.
But if you put a speed limit sign on it, then it,
If not posted, it's 55 miles per hour.
so could we do that, maybe 25 mile an hour on, yeah, on, and let's do it, maybe, can we do it on the mailbox side where if they come by with machinery, they can still get off on the other way?
Coming in.
Yeah, just a, it's a little valley right there, I think, just right as you turn in.
Peak of the hill, right at the peak of that hill would probably be good, where it kind of drops.
Okay. Well, thank you. Continue maintenance and appreciate working on currents and all the work y'all been doing in mowing. I'll write this down. Thank you.
District 4, all roads, just continue maintenance.
Same thing, District 5, everything's good. We talked yesterday. I'll meet you tomorrow, so. Everything's good, appreciate it.
District 6, continue maintenance, all roads, everything looks good. And Stephen, while we're talking about it, I've had a request or a complaint there on Stevenson Mill Road from Dave Zimmerman about the speeders and, you know, his inability to get trucks in and out without the danger of getting ran over, and, you know. But all I told him we could do is pass out some certificates.
Did he say more in the afternoon, or?
Yeah, I asked him, I always ask her to give,
Yeah.
to bring that information to you, to be a little more successful, and he just says it's all the time, you know, so he did not say one time was
Okay.
worse.
Yeah, that's what he's mentioned to me before, but I'll send it out right now.
Yeah, there's some others. That is a bad hill to
It
be
is.
speeding on, and people just don't think about it, and usually speeders are the same ones over and over again, and,
I'll send them out, man.
thank you.
Okay, y'all heard the road work request, do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the road work request.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second, now is there any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, elected officials, Mary? Not now. Well, I've got your plans, everything right here. Okay, Stacy?
Acknowledging my fee report. Is that what we're doing right now?
I'll make a motion to acknowledge the clerk's fee report for August.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second to acknowledge the fee report. Any questions?
Did the clerk get that off of that, or?
We just forgot to type it in. Here you go, you want mine? I wrote it in.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll make sure it's on the next one. Amanda pointed it out to us, but we'd already printed it. We don't want to waste paper.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, let's have roll call then.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Hall.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Y'all have anything else you
Is
want
that
to
all you
ask?
got?
I mean, we've got my audit that we'll acknowledge a little bit later, and then new business. I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay.
Okay, Steve?
Just need to get the fee report acknowledged.
With CCDW?
Yeah, what happened is a lot of times people come in and get those, and then we don't realize, the girls didn't realize they were retired officers. So when we send the paperwork in, they kick back saying they didn't have to pay a certain fee, so we reimbursed their fee back. Yeah, yeah. If you're retired law enforcement, you don't have to pay just a small portion, and they didn't know they were retired, so they had to reimburse that back.
Move to acknowledge Logan County Sheriff's Department fee report, $23,247.05.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second on the fee report. Any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Spalding,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
I do have a request. On the vehicles, I didn't notice it until I got the invoice to get ready to purchase the vehicles. He had sent a bid in on V6 models, and that's not what I had asked for. So I talked to him about that. The price for the V8s are a little bit higher than what he originally bid it. So I would like to cancel that bid process and rebid those vehicles for the correct.
So moved.
who's second?
Now, I didn't understand what we're doing.
The original bid that I had put out on the vehicles, it's a generic bid, and it just said, what we were looking for. It didn't specify engine size.
Okay,
He had V6 in stock, but I was assuming that they were V8s like we had purchased before, and as I was reading over the invoice before we purchased them, he had bid it the V6s, so because there was such a great difference in that, I just decided to reject that and start over.
I think we need the V8.
We do. They're just a better engine and it holds up better. I mean, for a rural police law enforcement vehicle, it's just a better.
Need to check on stock, anything on that?
He says he's got them, so I think we're okay. The last I talked to him, he was gonna make sure that he held us some back.
Is it 3?
Yes.
So there'll be a little bit more.
There will be, and I'll have to adjust to that. I'll adjust that through the budget, but it was just an oversight, and I guess I'll take that one. I was very disappointed, but he's really easy to work with, and he understood. He said he probably just misunderstood what we were talking about, so I'll just restart
What do you think would be
it.
the proper wording on
I did have a question about that, because the way we were told by the auditors is just a generic bid, and if I specify engine, does that create a more direct, does that take the generic out of the bid, or just make sure that?
I mean, I would say it would have to depend on being vague enough so that all interested people
Right.
respond to it.
Okay.
But as a rule, how much higher between the two motors?
I think overall between the 3 V6s and the 3 V8s are about $9,000.
Difference?
Yeah. Just about, yeah. That's what I said.
Pretty good.
Yeah, for the whole 3, so I'd say maybe 2,500 or so, 3,000, probably more like 22, 23 for
Oh, you
each.
talk about, okay, you said overall.
3 of them.
Yeah.
$9,000.
Yeah,
I thought, okay,
yeah.
you said that, I thought.
Yeah, it was about a $9,000 increase for the 3, yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
If you break it down individually, it's
Okay,
2
that's what I
something.
meant,
Yeah,
each.
yeah, it's about 2 something, I guess.
that? Okay, what have you got for the motion? I just wanted to go over here.
I've got to allow, which I don't have anything wrote out, but I'll probably do something like allow Sheriff Steve Stratton to rebid for vehicles to, I have to word that.
And then we need to cancel. You want to cancel?
Yeah, just real,
Cancel the bid that he has and rebid for new cruisers.
So you want to
Yeah.
get it so that you can get both V6 and V8?
well, I'm not interested in the V6s, but if we can figure out the wording that
What do you want?
I wanted the V8s. I mean, that's just the better, what we need.
Weren't you saying those were too expensive?
No.
No, it's just the original bid, he bid at V6s, so the V8 price is different.
And we accepted his original.
Yeah, we
So
accepted
we need
the
to go back
original.
and
I would be again.
That would be my thought.
Okay,
Just be vague enough that we just say if you need
okay.
Or in good faith, he was give us to upgrade for free.
Well, I did try to work that angle a little bit. Trust me, I did.
You're really confused now, aren't you, Logan?
No, I got it.
You got it,
I got
okay.
it.
She got it.
Okay, so we can reject this and because of the size of the motors and then allow the sheriff to bid with V8s?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that needs to be, well, we need a roll call that.
Well, we approved the purchase and voted on it, so we need to retract that purchase, right? We need to okay.
Well, why don't we just make a motion to cancel this bid? And then make another one.
Is that your motion?
Yeah, I'll make it.
All right, there you go. Second.
But ain't
I just want to make sure we got the word right.
No, yes, yes. And they're redesigning it, and it's probably going to be more of a V6 into 2023,
Do
yeah.
they need to cancel? Because they
Yeah, I
made
mean,
a
But they're
purchase
supposedly
to- they made a
redesigning
purchase
it, and
to-
also the pickup truck is getting redesigned.
Technically, best term, but does anybody know what that means?
Motion is,
They were, but
I know
that
it's ordained.
year, the 15 and 16 model, the top end of the engine had a issue, but after that, they fixed
Made a
it.
motion to rescind.
But yeah, that 15, 16 model, we ended up having to rebuild two or three of those.
well, we have two.
But see, they changed the Chargers to a straight V6.
No, we got to roll call this first.
We have to roll call him rebidding it.
That's actually.
They do, and
It says we couldn't rebuild more V8s, so.
it's the first year. I haven't really, nobody's really said yet how it's doing now. City vehicles, that's what they're
I think
targeting.
she's saying that you all had a prior motion.
Y'all did.
We had a motion
Thomas
and a second.
made a motion, and Mary seconded it. Yeah.
Yeah, you always.
I'll keep up. Keep up.
Read that motion and then we'll roll call.
What are we still talking about?
Y'all have made a motion
Made a motion 10
To
minutes
cancel.
Well, what are you
ago.
waiting on?
to reject the old bid and rebid it out.
And Barry
I
second.
tried to keep them straight.
All right, let's go.
All right.
They don't pay no attention
What have you got for a motion?
No,
For their motion, I have to cancel, reject the old bid, and rebid it out.
Okay.
That's what they made.
Okay, that's the first motion that was made, that's okay, right?
Yeah, I mean, the
Okay.
two things,
Go together.
we could actually do them both, we could go forward with V6s and V8s.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
Is that it? That work? I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
if y'all want, we have to make a motion to rescind that order now, because that was
Yeah.
not in the first motion.
So that's what Robert Earl moved to.
Correct.
Rescind.
I got it. We just need to roll call.
We don't need to do that now, though, do we?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
the first motion was just to bid for the V8s, and now this one to take care of the one you've already said.
Motion was back.
Okay.
Cancel and rebuild.
So Robert Earl made that motion.
Yeah.
And Tyler seconded.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any question?
We're good now.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, Department Head, Ginger.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. We are needing to put the upgrade on the consoles out to bid, and it's not something that I believe we're going to be able to, before January, get the equipment in and put them in, so I'll be within my, but I'm going to, I've already got my specs and everything, I'd like to put them out to bid. Just wanted to get the court's permission on that. We had put it in my budget for next year.
Make a motion to approve putting out the bid to replace the console with the EOC.
Second.
It's in the budget.
To purchase what?
Replace the console, the old Z-Tron, I think, has to be replaced.
Just put it
For
out-
the radio
just put it out
console.
for
It's a
bid.
radio console, what they work off of when they communicate with the,
Okay.
Responders.
I don't know what that was.
yeah. We put it in the budget when we did budget,
Yeah, right, okay.
What is the budget for that thing?
like 230.
We put in, and it was like 235,
Yeah, it's not cheap,
because we're talking 4.
but you can't buy parts for it, what we do
That'll be a home learning curve on it.
Maybe not. We're doing a lot of changes right now. so.
I don't think so.
Okay, what's the court's feeling? You make a motion?
I made a motion to put it out for bid.
Okay, do we have a second?
Second.
Barry second.
Okay. Y'all gonna start speaking up, I think they're mumbling to each other.
Days Tuesday,
do that
September
too.
13th.
Okay, any more questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Cowell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
Probably one of those 6-month wait time piece of equipment. That's what Derek said.
Okay, and we've got some more issues going on at the 911 center I wanted to make y'all aware of. We are fixing to be having trouble finding enough people to work down there. And I've got, over the last 2 months, I've lost 2 to go to other places, and 1 is fixing to retire. I've scheduled, since the 30th of August, I've scheduled 21 interviews, and I've only interviewed 6 people. Only 6 people have shown up. So, I mean, now, I will have to say 6 that didn't show up did call and say, you know, they weren't interested, and the reason was money, training, hours, different things like that. We have got to figure out some way to get people in there working and to maintain the people that we have. So I'm looking for any type of advice or assistance on what I can do there. Now, I have hired 2 people, but of course, you know, a new dispatcher is not something that you just put them in there and they take off. I mean, you know, we've got quite a bit of training, so it's going to be quite a bit of strain on the certified people that we have down there. I mean, I'm looking for guidance. We have advertised, I mean, you know, we got probably a good 60 applicants when we advertised on Indeed. After you go through and start the background check, you know, they can't have any type of criminal record. That knocks people out and different things like that. And then, you know, like I said, I scheduled 21 interviews and people just didn't show.
Well, it's a problem for everybody.
Yes, I mean-
Not just your department, but that's everybody's department just about, but maybe something that we can all can brainstorm and, but I would push that back on the personnel committee, you know, any ideas that, you know, would be helpful for your department and others to recruit and retain staff. So it's not something you're going to figure out
Right now.
2 minutes right here, you know.
But I did want y'all to know what's going on, so there is going to be quite a bit of overtime because we have to have a certified person in there at all times. And, you know, I've been having more overtime because I'm trying to man a shift on the radio, and then I've got other things that I have to do, you know, that I'm doing on the weekends or whenever I'm off to keep my addressing and things like that caught up. And I mean, I think this is a problem across, not just across the county, I mean, in different places. And I mean, I've always worked, I don't understand not working, but, you know, we want to do we've got to get some people in there.
How many 911 centers are there in the state of Kentucky?
There's, 120 counties in Kentucky, so you got at least, well, you got, I'd say at least.
The state does some of them.
The state does some of them, but, you know, you got PDs and dispatch centers in some of them. I'd say we got at least over 100.
Over 100. Whenever you gave me the information previously, you know, you got something from the state showing what other EOCs paid. We was in the top 20 or 25 out of 100. So,
I'm just grasping at straws to try to figure out how to get,
You mean our pay schedule, is that what you're getting at?
so in the state of Kentucky, there's probably over 100 911 centers, and our pay is within,
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
ours is, we're
course.
20 to 25,
Top 20.
top 20.
but the problem is with us being butted up next to some counties that pay
Yeah.
way up there. You know, I'm losing a 10-year employee, you know, to another agency. And I mean, you know, I can't blame her. She's got to do what she feels like she needs to do. But I'm just trying to, you know, we want to be able to make things, we want to keep it staffed. And I mean, it's been a hard issue to try to keep it staffed for years.
I mean, I think something that some other counties have done that we might look at is sign-on bonuses maybe. So we might need to look at that, just, you know, with stipulations that you got to stay a certain amount of time.
Right.
It's a bonus, but we might have to look at some, I guess, start begging people to work, I don't know.
Well, I've done that.
Pay them not to.
Exactly.
That's the problem. That's the whole problem.
But I mean, you know, that's not anything that I have any control over, but, you know, I'm excited that we found two, and I'm hoping that they work out. But, you know, we're just gonna have to
Just
take
like We
it.
got Mexicans here.
Well, of course, I can't hire them. They have to be, well, no, they have to be a U.S. citizen.
The world stopped tomorrow if they went left, because there'd be nobody's work.
Well, that's,
I like that idea about a sign-on bonus. And
The one that we've had one-on-one for the nursing home, and we're just like, but you can get 25 people to apply, but you can't get 5.
well, they have to apply to keep benefits.
well, that's what it is. And see, they're not following up to see if they even show up for your interviews. Well, then we got, you know,
I mean, that's the thing, I mean,
it's just to the point, I mean, you know, getting people to want to work is, and then, you know, we're working the ones that we've got to death.
I mean, there's no doubt we've got to do something because we've got to have somebody at the other end of the phone
Yep.
answering the call, so.
But I mean, and there's always somebody there. If I'm there, you know, 16 hours is what I have to do right now. But I just wanted y'all to know what kind of shape it's getting into and what kind of situation that we could be facing. And I mean, I'm doing everything I can. I mean, I have advertised, if I go to the store and they're like, oh, you worked, I'm like, yeah, come on, you know, and I talk to them and then get their application and I look at them and run their background. I'm like, well, can't do it.
So how many people didn't accept the job over pay out of the 21 that you interviewed?
6 canceled, didn't cancel it on the interviews over pay. So that means, you know, I interviewed 6 canceled over pay, so that's 12, so then 9 just said, whatever, you know, didn't even call. That's what, you know, they've already burnt their bridge there, you know.
And these are people that have zero experience.
I haven't had any certified person. Well, I had one that was certified, but she was from way across the state, and I think she just had put in her application, and she never called me back, but I tried.
I'd also like to see if maybe Judge Chick could, you know, we have some smaller neighboring counties we might consolidate with. That's something to talk about.
We have talked about that.
There's consolidation, because once you consolidate,
There's more grants.
There's more grants available. So that way maybe you can bring 2 resources together and make it work better too. But at the same time,
Of course, then we're talking, you know, more work. Of course, you know, trying to get nobody, it would have to be us take on somebody else, because with our call volume, nobody, I mean, you know, we have a tremendous call volume. And I really, really don't want this county to lose control of the 911 center. I want this county to have control over it, because I feel like that's the one thing we can do for our citizens to do the best we can, is take care of them. And I do have some stuff on the radios, and I have some locations and stuff, but I would rather not make them public. So I'd like for us to maybe go in executive session later and talk about that, but I don't want to make the locations that I found
Yeah.
public.
Absolutely.
But I'll keep y'all posted on how it goes. Wish me luck, y'all. If you know anybody, send them my way. Please. Anybody have any more questions or anything for me? Thank you.
Okay, Kelly, you got anything? Sue Carol? Okay, Nathan?
No, I got something, don't you? Hello again. Just to go through this as quickly as I can, I had a recycling report for y'all. We had 23 cardboard bales. We are continuing to pick up stops the best we can, Tim and I. I have been in discussion with Barry here about some issues with our 53-foot trailer that we purchased last year. It is needing some brake work, and they apparently went over with a fine-tooth comb. That's what he told me, in fact. They went over it, and they got a pretty big little estimate here, $3,600 to do everything they want to do, and y'all are welcome to look at it. But we're just going to work on it and see what really needs to be done, if anything, and try to make do the best we can. Do you have any?
Yeah, I don't know. I sort of looked over the bill last night. They are completely replacing everything. I noticed they only put 2 oil seals on there. I mean, there's 4 seals in it. They were only replacing 2. Or 2 leaking then maybe?
I think that's what they told me, yeah.
So 2's leaking. The parts were in line and labor's high, I guess you would say, but I mean, but they were really replacing a lot for to go 300 miles a month.
Right.
That's a whole lot of money
It is.
for no more than we pull it.
It is. Just want to kind of get what we need to get.
I will say one breakdown on the road, one roadside service call, we will wish we had fixed it. So, I don't know. I'll look at it this afternoon, or after court, I'll come and look at it, but I guess they're putting an inspection on it, they're the one pulling it.
Who's the one pulling it?
I think Owen pulls it.
Owen pulls it, and that's
Owen,
diesel
and
fix. It's connected with
that's
Owen.
diesel.
Judge Chick mentioned we might get another quote.
Yeah, I'd probably, I mean, I know just right down the road, you can get another quote from the next place down the road to compare it, but the parts looked in line, and I'd say the labor rate is probably probably gonna be close.
Well, can we just go ahead and make a motion to get the trailer fixed, not to exceed $3,700? That way y'all can just move forward, you know, and see something that you want to scratch off the list or something, but there's no sense having a trailer that's not roadworthy. It's just,
But the next thing is they're gonna get into it, I was gonna look at it, and then they're gonna say, well, now that tire's dry rotted, so let's put 8 new tires on it, and then we're another $3,000 or $4,000 into it.
On the $9,000 trailer.
Yeah. But we gotta have it,
Yeah,
it's
we
gotta
have it.
run, and we don't want it broke down on the side of the road, because we're paying so much an hour for the truck to sit there, plus the service. I mean, it'll eat the price up real quick.
Yeah, are you fine
Well,
with
I'm
that?
thinking, see, they did not put the S-cams on there, so there's gonna be a little bit more expense in that, because they would have to inspect the S-cams when they took it apart.
for 5,000?
And maybe not. I think S-cams won't be over $100 a piece, and only 4 of them on it.
Until 4,500. Well, you got labor.
Just not to exceed.
No, the labor, I think the labor was included, they just couldn't price the S-cams until they took them out, because they're different lengths.
Yeah.
Just put 4 on it.
So, Judge, you just make a motion to fix the trailer not to exceed $4,000 and allow you and Barry and Nathan to negotiate with this supplier who quoted it and another if you think it needs another quote.
Well,
That way y'all don't have to wait the next court meeting to get to.
However, we did get a grant to pay for the trailer, though.
We did.
We did get a grant to pay for the trailer, so it's still not a bad deal. I still would make we didn't have to add on to the building, we got our own trailer. It's still the right thing to do, just the quote scared me because they were replacing everything.
Sure. Me too.
I put that in front of you.
Second.
okay, the motion said not to exceed 4. Okay, now, I'm for getting somebody else to look at it and.
Sure.
That's what I'm talking about, you know. And the reason I recommended they talk to Barry, because Barry got a few trailers. And,
Y'all take it somewhere else, get another quote, and then make your best decision. You got a not to exceed number there.
Will do. Fixing the trailer, the recycle trailer. Evidently they had a brake issue with it, and they got to inspecting it, and they want to rebuild it underneath of the trailer, basically.
okay, did we get a second?
Yes.
Jason?
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
Thank y'all. Litter abatement, just to report on that, a little bit of a down month. We had 19 bags, 12 tires, and one nonprofit group, but September should be better. We do have several nonprofits going this month. Several have and several will. So I'm working on it, and I did want to mention this too. I'd already sent a message out to the court about it, but the company that y'all approved 3 weeks ago for the litter abatement, they regrettably, for them and me too, they had to back out. He felt he didn't quite understand the bid terms, and I worked on several ways with him. I talked with him about doing different things, and Judge Chick and I worked on it, but he still didn't feel like he could do it and get enough money for his guys. So he was willing to bid again if we bid it out again, and we did have a couple other bids that were significantly higher. But if just whatever y'all want to do, but I'm okay just to work with the nonprofits if that's what y'all want to do.
I'd work with the nonprofits. They want the money. Those do good cause.
And they do, for the most part, they do a really good job, yeah.
Very seldom do we see one that doesn't, the note saying, not too good of a job. Most of them are at least fair or good.
They do a good job out on Morgantown Road.
Yeah, that was, Mennonite Church.
Yep,
They
they just
sure
did
did.
that.
Okay. I will get every nonprofit group that's willing, and of course, that's something for the internet folks too. We've got any nonprofits out there, glad to work with them and get that litter cleaned up. So, I did want to mention this too. It was brought up earlier about the resolution for the 5-year plan. Unless y'all had something else on that, but
On the litter pickup.
yeah, on the litter pickup.
The only thing, I would just like to request that Lewisburg Edwards gets hit fairly soon.
I will do that.
431.
I will do. I have a group that's the Lewisburg Beta Club coming up this weekend, so I will work on it. Sounds good. So the 5-year plan, I've been working on it for approximately a year, and its comment period we had for 30 days passed, and there were no comments. I checked every place I left it. There were no comments for it. And so today, what this is a final approval resolution. But basically, I could read it if y'all want me to, but it basically just says y'all support this plan and what it has in it. And if you need a copy, I left one somewhere, and I don't know where I
Move
left
to
it.
approve the resolution adoption of the Logan County Solid Waste Management Plan 2023 through 2027 update.
Second.
Okay, we've got a motion second to approve the resolution. And, any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes.
Thank y'all. And a couple of events I wanted to announce as well. I'd like to do, we've talked about an e-scrap, an e-waste event at the recycling center. I'd like to do that November 5th, which is exactly a year from when we did it last. And we would be working with, so the gentleman that did it last year is not really doing those anymore, and he wanted to work with the guy he worked with, which is called TS Recycling down in Nashville, to do that event. And I've also talked to the Russellville senior class about labor. We like to work with the Russellville school system because they're unable to do the litter abatement. The school board does not allow them to, so I like to work with their school system on these. If y'all are okay with it, like y'all did last year, it would need approval, of course, but to give them $500 for the Russellville senior class to help with this recycling event for labor.
Good. Do we have to put that out for bid for the recycling? To choose somebody to do it or not?
In the past, that's not been the case,
Well,
but
then it's not doing that.
And
Is-
that event will go on for how long now?
so it's November 5th, and we did it 9 to 2 last year. I was thinking because no one came in the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, I thought just 9 to 1 would be sufficient. So,
And will they, of course, I guess you don't know yet, there's a fee to take the big TVs, are they not doing that?
yeah, oh yeah, I need to say that too. It's $10 a TV this time. It was $5 last time, they had to go up to $10. But all the other terms will be the same, everything else is free.
$10 is pretty standard.
And we'll have a grant that covers the rest from Leslie Wright.
You just need us to approve the
$500
for the Russellville.
Yeah.
And who's it, Russellville?
Russellville senior class.
Senior class.
Senior classes need some money.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to allow the Russellville senior class to help with the E-Scrap Day for $500.
Second.
Okay, I got a motion and a second question. Okay, let's have roll call.
Just curious if we give Logan County the same opportunity, or?
I asked the Russellville schools first, and the reason I did was because, see, Logan County's able to do the litter pickups, and the Russellville School Board doesn't allow them to, so I let them have first dibs. And I was gonna go to Logan County next, but they took me up on it. They had a group that wanted to do it pretty badly, so that's why I did it that way.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Now what day did you say you had it picked up?
November 5th.
Saturday, November 5th, so
When you gonna,
9 to 1.
when you gonna have tars again?
That's what I'm getting to just next. You're coming right to it here. So was there any other question about that? Okay. So I was talking with Kelly and working with them, and they've graciously agreed to help with the tire event. And I wanted to do that Friday, October the 28th, which is the previous week. And I like to do that from 8 to 10. So it's a brief period, but the reason for that is not to be too much of a taxing on their time, as well as to have enough money to try it again next year, because we've had the events that we've had for 3 hours have been taking a lot of the funding of the grant. Almost all the funding of the grant was in one event, so I'm going to try to dial it back just a little bit. And so I said 12 tire limit, 2 semis. So if that's okay with y'all, 12 tires.
Shit, that ain't worth enough for me to drive to Russellville for.
I'm sorry, Mr. Kyle.
Two semis.
12.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Kyle. Yeah, it's, the money I have is limited, unfortunately, and the tires keep going up for what I need to get rid of them. Kelly said we could dress up for Halloween, so I'll probably dress up as Superman to haul a few tires, but, yeah.
We need a picture.
If there's no other, you gotta be the road department, the county road department.
What did you say, October when?
October 28th, Friday.
You ain't coming nowhere.
You ain't making that trip to Russellville,
You
you
ain't
said
coming
that.
nowhere.
Do you have to provide your license?
I probably got 30.
Yeah, I like them to,
So look,
I like them to provide a license or something.
License, you just go through in a disguise every time. Just look
Okay.
Drive a different vehicle, I know, so.
Your wife's car up in her truck. You want to put one on your wife's truck, in your truck?
I know it, yeah.
This is something else, I think I'm finished, so finally, thank you all.
Thank you, Nate.
Okay, I think that's all the department heads we got here.
He didn't have anything.
Okay, judges' announcements. There's a financial disclosure questionnaire in all your folders. I need them filled out and returned, I guess, you can handle them to Amanda later. We got the auditor coming Friday, and we got to have those things on hand. If you can, fill them out today. September 17th, from 2 to 7:30 is the dog trot at Lake Malone. The 17th also is the farm to fork dinner at Ford Nursery. And September the 17th, at the 31st Annual Bluegrass Festival at Cope McCutcheon Park. And November 16th through 18th is CAECO's 48th Annual Conference in Expedition in Lexington, Kentucky. So if any of you are interested, we need to know and get you signed up for that. Is there other announcements that somebody needs to make? If not, as far as reports, I guess we'll go into closed session later to talk about those sites. Citizen participation. I know there's a couple, 3 citizens here this morning. If any of you would like to address the court, we ask that you come forward, you state your name and some vicinity of the county you live in, and we ask that you do so now. Okay, not seeing any movement. We'll move on. Let's take about a 5-minute break before we start any new business.
$5 or $6 for them.
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Grants, you know.
Okay, first item of business is approve the second reading of an ordinance 22-230-08, an ordinance relating to certain amendments to the personnel policies and procedures compensation plan and classification plan adopted on January 11, 2005, to create a new position of deputy clerk of accounting, election coordination at the Logan County Clerk's Office.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and second. Now, is there any discussion? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next thing is acknowledge the receipt of the clerk's office fee audit for calendar year 2021. And you should have a copy of it in your folders.
I make a motion to acknowledge the receipt of the clerk's office fee audit for calendar year 2021.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second to acknowledge the receipt of the audit at the clerk's office. Is there any question? Okay, not to be no comments, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, surplus that be sold for scrap, road tiles, out there at the county road bottom, it's rolled up. Some were bought with the county funds, where some were purchased by landowners. The landowner is required to purchase the first tile for each driveway, and the county installs it in the right-of-way to control water runoff. And y'all can see the pictures as these tiles were replaced. And I think you'll see some old scrap metal there too. But anyhow, want to surplus and to be sold for scrap, they're no value.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport.
Yes.
Wright.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Kyle.
Yes.
Bolden.
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, the next item of business is the used appliances, surplus and be sold for scrap. Logan County allows its citizens to drop off old appliances at the road bottom property. No county funds were spent. These appliances have no value except for scrap. The county will receive some revenue from these appliances.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. And these will be surplus and sold for scrap too. Any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, if y'all dig out everything to do with those telephones over there, all the Samsung telephones,
Is there any kind of recording on these phones? These telephones?
these items were purchased for office use and
Not on the phones themselves. I mean, it could have a voicemail card in the system in that box, but I mean, I don't know that. It may not have had a voicemail. Did y'all have voicemail on those old phones?
we had, some of them did. Okay, well, I was thinking they did.
Didn't know.
Okay, will one motion take care of all this?
Yeah, I think we can get one person to take care of all of it. Anyhow, if you take everything, go with that Samsung, it's a system, it's a different headsets, they were purchased for communications within the courthouse, and as all of you know, we replaced them with a nice voice over IP system. And make a motion that we surplus everything, the headsets and the,
Are we gonna throw it away? No, we put it in the
Scrap. November, yeah. No, it's November, we'll just throw it in the pile. That ain't got no value.
I don't know if it was worth the time to take it out.
When you make your motion, you can just say the items.
We have to properly dispose of it since it's computer.
Can we leave it on?
Yeah. They probably so.
I'll make a motion to approve the surplus of the various office equipment to be sold for e-scrap. And the following is a Brothers MFC J4700W smart printer, an adding machine, Samsung digital phone control box, one Samsung 24B LCD digital telephone, 5 Samsung digital telephone handsets.
let's do all the telephone system, then let's do the office equipment.
I got a question. It says to be sold. Why would I just put this in the pile of e-scrap in November when we do the e-scrap? It's not worth anything.
Well, Nathan talked, there's somebody would come by and pick this stuff up. There's somebody that, he said he knew that would come by.
Come by and pay money for this stuff?
No, it'd just be e-scrap.
So it won't be sold.
Won't be sold.
No.
We're
Going into e-scrap.
It is e-scrap.
So we're having to do
E-scrap
this
is properly
separately?
disposing technology because it's got.
It's
more
just
stuff.
2 items, Judge, that's not telephone related. It's an adding machine and a copier.
Yeah, but there's 5 items there that is telephone related. It's different headsets, and then the box.
But we're doing the same thing to all of them. We're surplusing and e-scrapping,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So what you do with them afterwards, we don't care. We just need to get them, we just need to get them surplus.
yeah.
Yeah. Just do it. I mean.
Well, we need to put it in the motion to e-scrap them.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah, I just did that.
Yeah, but not sold.
Yeah, just my motion would be to be given for e-scrap, to be sent to e-scrap.
Approve the surplus for e-scrap.
And then I read the complete list off.
Okay, I'll second the motion.
A complete list of everything.
Yeah, I just
on the
read
phone
everything
system.
through there. And Olivia wrote.
And then you'll need to list these and, okay? Okay, we'll have a second on that.
I second it.
Okay. Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. And then we got 5 pieces of office equipment over there.
Where's that at? Yeah,
We did it all together. We put all of it in the same.
Put all of it together.
It's all technology e-scrap.
Okay.
Yeah, he did it all in one motion.
Put all that stuff together. Well, you can't, no, you're not technically supposed to put that in a dumpster. That's what the e-scrap is. But yeah, no, all that.
Okay, next item of business is franchise agreement with Charter Communications. They ended up, Joe, I don't know if you can explain this as well as, okay, there she is, Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth, you want to come up and kind of explain this?
Sure. This is an issue that Joe and the judge brought to me a couple months ago when Charter had reached out. They had been doing some work, and he can give you the more specific area of the county, but close to the Warren County line, had inadvertently come over into Logan County with their cable wiring, and it's required that there be a franchise agreement between the governmental entity and the telecommunications provider. So they presented an agreement to the judge. I've had some experience with these with some city work that I've done, so I kind of took the lead on it. We have negotiated some just basically general terms. Initially, it had been for a longer period of time. We negotiated down to a 5-year period. There's a maximum legally allowed on these, but essentially, it's just in the event that any of the anyone were to connect to their service in Logan County, this has to be in place. And then we did go back and forth a little bit about the issue of the fee. My understanding is that this would, where the lines currently are, could only potentially affect maybe 1 or 2 residences. Is that correct, Judge?
Yes.
So we cannot collect a fee and also collect the telecommunication franchise tax, which we currently do from the Department of Revenue. You have to essentially legally pick one of those. So given the fact that this is a very limited area, it didn't make sense to opt for the fee on, probably we're not going to get anything unless 1 or 2 houses connect, and because we'd be foregoing the telecommunications tax that we receive. Amanda and I had discussed that. So essentially that's what this is. We just need the court to approve the judge entering into the agreement so that it's all legal and legitimate, since they have crossed over into that line. And I've talked to a couple of people with them. It really was an inadvertent thing. I think maybe the engineers weren't totally sure where their line was, but and it happened, and when they realized it, they essentially are trying to make it right. So
Basically, they're running their trunk cable to provide to their customers, but there's a little piece of Logan County that it went through. That's all it
yeah,
says.
basic. Yeah, that's boils it down very well.
Okay.
Okay, same thing happened in Simpson County.
In Simpson County, you say?
Simpson County, same thing.
So that's basically where we are on it. If you have any other questions for me, I'd be happy to try to address them. But I've gone over it, talked with their attorney. Like I said, we negotiated a few of the terms, but the vast majority of it is just very standard language for these types of agreements.
Thank you.
Thanks. I guess I didn't realize. Go ahead, you can do it.
Move to approve the franchise agreement between Logan County and Charter Communications.
Second.
Okay, got a motion second. Now, is there any questions?
If you're a sea lady, wherever you want, if you're a sea lady.
I can't hear you, Tyler.
Nothing. Go ahead. Talk to them,
Okay, is there any question? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes. Okay, next item of business is approving an emergency road slide on Jackie Dukes Road and allow the work to be completed by Geo Stabilization International through the Commonwealth of Kentucky's Master Agreement. the state of Kentucky, if y'all need to see any of this, they told me keep accurate records, and according to the estimate, it's not a bid, because that's the way they work with the state of Kentucky. We got approval from the state on the emergency agreement, the emergency declaration, and you see that right on top where we filled that out. You see pictures of it, of where the road is sliding off into that hollow, and the prices that they gave in their estimate of $50,728. The state's agreed to pay 80% of that figure.
Who pays the 20%?
The district guy does. And anyhow, like I said, it's an estimate, and those figures that they gave us in that estimate match up with the state agreement. And it's a master agreement with the state of Kentucky. And that agreement is,
So there's only one company that does this, and that's that, whatever, Geo-Stabilization International.
dated on that agreement is from 2/1/22 to 1/31/23.
Do you know when this is gonna happen? Do you know when they're gonna do this?
Don't have no idea. We got to award it to them first.
Okay. All right. I'll make a motion to approve an emergency road slide improvement on Jackie Dukes Road and allow the work to be completed by Geo-Stabilization International through the Commonwealth of Kentucky's master agreement.
Second.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Question. Okay, not hearing any, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yeah. Okay, the Tourism Convention made another little amendment to their budget. They want us to acknowledge that we had it. Or saw it.
Move to acknowledge, they just want us to acknowledge, or
Yeah,
so moved.
that we received it.
Second.
Okay, got a motion to acknowledge the Logan County Tourism and Convention Commission amended budget for fiscal year 22-23. And a second. Is there any questions? Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business is to approve the joiner agreement with the and resolution with the Kentucky Employees Deferred Compensation Plan. And if you got questions, we need to ask the manager. For us to continue to participate in it, we got to to pass this agreement and resolution. And I think it just basically because they've made some changes up there that we need to agree to.
So the long and the short of that agreement is that we haven't updated that contract with them in quite a while. They are making some changes in the way that they do business. Currently, whenever I do employee deductions, I write them a check, but through this new contract, we're going to have to do ACH payments to them. It outlines those ACH payments. And this contract essentially just allows us to continue on with the deferred comp, 401k, 457, and the Roth options that the county offers. It seemed as if it had been quite a long time, 10, 15 years or so since we had done a contract with them. So they are making some adjustments.
Move to approve to sign the Kentucky Deferred Comp Plan.
Wait, it was the agreement and resolution.
The agreement and the resolution.
Second.
Who seconded?
I didn't.
There.
Okay. All right, any more questions? It's a good program. I'd like to see everybody participate in it, to be able to do some savings. Okay, is any questions? Let's have a roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, next item of business is to approve the additions and deletions on the Logan County the Logan County Fiscal Court Capital Asset Schedule for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2022, as required by the auditors of public accountants.
Make a motion to approve the additions or deletions to Logan County Fiscal Court Capital Asset Listing for funding year June 30th, 22, as required by auditor of public accountants.
Second.
Okay, any questions?
Yeah. Now, what is it again? I don't understand.
It's this long list here of just your assets, and it's things that we no longer have or that we added or sold, like
Yeah.
a car,
Got it.
this is a firewall system, piece of computer, dump truck installation, just different,
I got it. Yeah. Okay.
just what you would find on your balance sheet.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any other question? This is something we do every year. We go over the assets and see what needs to be removed and see what needs to be added every year. Okay, if there are no questions, let's have the roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Golden,
Yes.
Chick,
Yes. Okay, I've got plans to the coroner's office right here, if y'all want to look at those. Before we look at it. This. And she's recommending this floor tile for the bathroom. Either one of these two for the areas that purpose to be walking on. These two colors. And then she thought that this would be a nice color for the viewing room and front entrance. And then thought this would be a good color for trim, just make it a warm feel. And then paint out on the outside wall this color.
It's for what now?
Work areas.
Coroner's office, we're talking about renovating.
And then here's the plans. She said that everything would be here from those plans.
Looking at taking where the drug task force building was and converting that into the.
I'm not allowed to colors in my house. I got fired for
That's
sticking out.
$300 a month.
You can do like we do, we paint every house, remodel, paint all the same.
I mean, that's what we say.
It'd be nice to change ours every year. You don't need that. You don't need that.
Hold on, let's come back down.
That's making the feed crazy.
Just roll, pick that and roll. There you
Now,
go.
which
You don't have to roll the plane, just roll it about 2 or 3 times.
Is this how it is now, or how?
Drug task force.
No, this looks
Excuse me, let me get out of the way.
I was just gonna let this up here out of y'all's way.
Those are beautiful colors.
Get in there.
You got an interior
Have you
decorator.
seen this already?
Back there. But you got interior decorator back there? School.
That's the way it is now.
We'll do that.
This is the way it is now.
Yeah, they're gonna tear all that. Yeah, that's what.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Is this how it is now?
I was gonna ask
That's
what
how
you
it
gonna
is
do
now.
for that.
But all of everything like this, I used to be torn out.
Yeah, this dotted lines, I think is what.
And,
That's tore out.
You have to read this.
and maybe they
So
were
when you see
concerned
that says
about
number 3, you go to number 3 over
these
there.
two offices for your
Demo
storage.
existing.
Okay.
Okay. I guess one of them be for records, and the other one be for supplies.
Walls is required. For a finished look. These are $3.
I'm looking at it.
Come over here.
And then it shows the front door on another.
I hope this here is what it's supposed to look when we're done with it.
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to look.
Yeah.
So this is the side door.
That's there now, existing.
This is the front door.
That's the front door that they'd put in.
And that's the
That's
existing.
existing. This is existing going into the mechanic shop.
So is this for like a future expansion of?
That's where our vehicle's gonna go.
That's where what goes.
Okay, so
That's
that's
Garage area.
Okay.
So this is your work area, your table, and
Yeah.
we already own this.
Yes,
Yeah, the coder, yes.
And that goes upstairs.
there is an
There's
upstairs.
the staircase already there.
It is.
They're tearing out an old
Where
bathroom, I
is the,
think.
let me see.
They're gonna add this door here. What's it doing right here?
Did she do anything with the control panels? That's what I was.
Well, they tore all these walls
Okay.
out where you can
So
get to
it's
the
there,
control.
okay.
So they tore that old bathroom down.
Okay.
So they kept these two offices. These two offices
This
stay.
is, yeah.
Tore
This
the
is
bathroom
coming in.
area, and this is the working area.
And that window,
That's the one they're gonna put that transparent or whatever.
Yeah, that
And then
unit
put your
there.
door there.
right, into this office, this goes back.
She got, I mean, which is a good idea. She can close this off right here. If somebody needs to go to the bathroom, they go in this door through the office to the bathroom, in all of her
This door
working
can be
areas.
closed and
All of
nobody
that's closed
sees
off.
the workspace.
I like the way it's laid out.
Yeah. I mean, they took the bones of what we had, did the minimum with it to make it good.
Right.
So do we have a, money amount, or that's not?
We had to put out for bid to see what it costs, right?
I didn't know if they had if they give us a estimate.
They didn't ever get a price on it.
No, this is just architect.
Architects.
She does
So
nothing.
we take these, we put it out for bid and then people that bid for it come look at this cost.
That's what I mean. It's just architect that drove it right. Just drew it up. Yeah, I got it.
And is this go to the shed?
That's a garage.
She said thought that plan was suffice, anything they wanted to bid on it. Did you look at it?
My recommendation would be let the committee review that,
Concrete.
see if they're agreed on this before asking the court to put it out to bid.
Okay.
I've had no time to look at it, and I'm not gonna make a decision spending 5 minutes on it. So let Mary have the next court meeting, let Barry and I look at it, meet with you and Mary, and any changes, you know, or any recommendations. It'd be silly to put it out to bid and we haven't looked at it and said, oh man, this door's swinging the wrong way, or hey, why did you do this? We need to
Now, some of
spend a few hours.
those doors, Mary, are locked backwards.
Or not what?
Some of them are locked backwards so that the people can't walk into the work area. couple of them, I think, need to be marked backwards. You need to have the,
Russell Rural Fire Chief or Evans, Russell Rural Fire Department.
His wife's got something, he had to Hickory Hill.
What did you say?
His wife was Hickory Hill. Hickory Hill, Florida. Your wife.
Okay.
You know her.
Competition. He's competition with
His son. His son is
competition.
okay, so recommendation is turn this over to the building committee and Mary to look at.
Yeah, and let's just, go out there and lay it out with the building and make sure it's what Mary's wanting, and we've waited this long, I wouldn't want to put it out to bid without spending a couple of hours reviewing it.
Only bad part you're not gonna like is the doors in front.
I'll get Keith to email me the digital plans and I'll forward them to everybody, but,
Okay, I think Stacy's got a personnel request.
Structure.
I just want to thank y'all so much for passing that second reading, and if at all possible, could we go ahead, since it wasn't, the reading went through today, could we go ahead and approve Jen for the? Yep. Okay, let me, would you care to just pass those around? Olivia's got a copy of the original. I may have answered this question.
Where's this?
This question may be wrong. Change for ordinance. I might have put, should have put yes.
I thought that you was gonna do retroactive to.
Yes, it does say retroactive. Did I not put it on it? Retroactive to
Oh,
September
okay.
1. And I hate it that she left because I really want to give credit where it's due. Erin has went above and beyond to help us, with the bookkeeping while we're waiting to get Jen in place. But I do want it on record. Thank you, Erin, if you're listening. I have one copy of the job description. I didn't make
It
6
was
copies.
attached to the ordinance.
Great, okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure, but I'm sure it is. How many years credit experience?
5, I believe. I believe her hire date was,
Hire date was 17.
yes,
10/23.
10/23/17. Her pay right now is $15.34, I believe. Yes, thank you. I need to copy that. Yes, her pay as of today is $15.34.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're putting credit years of experience. On the paper.
There's not a place for it.
There needs to be.
Yeah, there is for new hire, but not existing.
You wouldn't go right there, where it says,
That's for if you check off the new hire salary, new hire. Credited 5 years
Oh,
of
okay.
experience. But it would be, yeah, it'd be.
I think you can still put it there.
You can
I
still
did.
Do you want me to put 4 there? Are we considering her 4? No, yeah, that would be 4. Next month would be 5. She's,
Five.
do 5.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay.
Well, I couldn't read the letter.
Make a motion to approve the personal action request for Jennifer Hunt. Should be going to new position of, what was it called?
It is
Oh, the deputy clerk of county.
election coordinating.
Election coordinator.
Mhm.
With the previous experience, 5 years, and should be going to stipend pay schedule LC-CO-1S3.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion and second. Question. Okay, let's have roll call. Is that second, did you give the effective date?
September 1st.
September, effective date September 1st, retroactive September 1st.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Thank you.
He's back.
No, sir, you can keep it. Thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. I'll be right back over.
Okay, we've had a request to go into closed session on.
Hold on. Are you coming back up here?
She's one of the She's doing process.
I'm going back to work.
No.
Thank you. I'll keep these for myself.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Wrong part. Sorry.
You have that?
These are the trucks.
Yeah, it's, KRS 61.8M1B, deliberation on the future acquisition or sale of real property. Need a motion.
Second.
Okay, got a motion, second by who?
Jason.
Jason. And we need, have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes. Steve Field.
See you, Phil. See you, John.
See you, man.
See you, bud. Take care.
Should I talk to you about that? No.
Yeah. Well, just
That needs to go.
mute it and
Yeah.
I mean, I got some post agenda, but y'all want to do anything about this other than just say, allow them to
Proceed on,
proceed in finding some good land to put some radio tower sites on,
sounds good.
to get permission to do,
Site studies.
site studies. Thank you.
Okay.
I don't know, do you need that in the motion?
I don't think so.
I think just give them permission to go on and look, because it's hard to put a motion because they don't know where it's at.
Well, we got to get permission from the landowners, then we can continue.
I got a post agenda.
Okay.
Judge, I'd like to request that 18-foot wide and 2,600 feet long of Rosella Owens Road, which is in a subdivision, be brought onto the county road system.
Okay, you're requesting a public hearing?
Public hearing, yes.
Okay.
Do I need to?
Rosella Homes?
Rosella Owens Road, 18-foot wide, and it's 2,600 feet long. Goes all, makes like a teardrop.
18-foot wide?
It is wide.
Oh, okay, that's the road, but you got the easement for the 40-foot or whatever? Is that in the subdivision guidelines already?
I don't know what it was when this one was platted.
Could have been
but
30 then. when
Yes,
that
man,
was
goodness,
placed.
how old is that, 30 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
It could only be 30 foot, but it's still, it's in the
You
subdivision.
know what kind of easement it's got on?
I do not, Judge.
Reason I was asking, because I think it's supposed to have, if it's an old subdivision, at least 40 feet. Did you ever find it?
Is John Vick, Randy Vick's son?
Pretty close,
He's coming to
yeah.
look at that other van trailer.
I mean, I don't know who to ask,
Well, need something on it platted out, or
I think it is right.
you think it's platted?
That's my thought. We can go check and see. Stacy should be able to check the clerk's office.
okay, I'll ask
What's the
her.
name of that subdivision?
Woodland Acres.
It's on the right.
Going out Franklin Road, be on the left, from
Is that Clay Blues?
Yeah.
where he lives.
Oh, okay.
Same subdivision, road, clay.
Okay, we have a second on that.
I did.
Okay, let's have roll call.
Davenport,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yeah. Okay, don't forget your financial disclosures. Everybody give him the amount of what ago.
I gave mine to,
I give them to Amanda. Did I get yours, Robert?
Yeah, I turned it in, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Everybody
Mine
done,
was in the bill list.
I got it, and I gave it to
Okay.
Amanda too.
everybody done with the post agenda?
Y'all through? I make a motion we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, got a motion to adjourn in a second. Let's have roll call.
Davenport,
yes.
Wright,
Yes.
Harper,
Yes.
Powell,
Yes.
Bolden,
Yes.
Chick.
Yes.
Y'all have a blessed week, fellas.